Okay, welcome and thanks to those that are joining us. It's a great thing. Love, are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you, sir.
Are you hearing me, love?
Yes, I'm hearing you, please.
Okay, welcome.
I'm sorry.
So those that are following us, you are live and watching our online platform. And today specifically, we will be looking at issues affecting women in our society. And you are tuned into the program Women Let's Talk. And Women Let's Talk is a platform that gave our Liberian women an opportunity to look at issues affecting them, ranging from drug and substance abuse, violence against women across the world. And Liberia is no exception to this culture of violence that's affecting our Liberian women. And today, specifically, we will be looking at the topic ending the culture of marginalization against women and girls in Liberia. So I have this beautiful young lady with me on the show today, and she will introduce herself. And so to our followers, my name is Lawrence Deyuga, and I head Joint Builders International, and I also anchor this edition of our show. This platform, like I said, is created to look at issues specifically affecting women and girls in Liberia. So welcome, love, and just introduce yourself for the public.
All right, I'm Lofty MP, or BSN graduate of the Kumar Institute of Management and Technology. And
Okay.
then I am a founding member of the Potential Young Women Movement International, for short WAMI. I'm also the CEO of the Youth Against Early Childhood Parenting, for short YA. It's a pleasure having me on this show. I appreciate it.
So today is the first edition of this program, and we will look at the issue of ending the culture of violence against women. So those that following us, you will understand how this will place in your course as well. So, Lord, we're looking at the issue of ending the culture of violence against women. What is your take on that?
Yes, the issue is a very brilliant one. And
What I mean,
then,
are you cool? I'm seeing you folding your hands.
no, I'm okay, sir. I'm saying the issue
Okay,
is a very brilliant and sensitive one,
all
and
right, go
it's
ahead.
a good one that we have this discourse as young people of Liberia. There are a lot of violence against women culturally, and society look down upon them, which is not a very good one, because whenever women feel marginalized, they want to go to an extra extent to prove their strength, and then to show to people that yes, we are not as weak as you may think. So this issue is a very sensitive one, and I hope that we dive into it, and people listening to us will get to understand that we should stop the marginalization of women and young girls in our society.
What do you think is the cause? What do you think is the cause of this culture of violence against women? What do you think? Most society today has putting women in the back and saying that, hey, you too cannot make it. They have reduced some of them to just being a housewife, reduced them to be a cook, and at times they do not have a professional space in our society. What do you think is the cause of society marginalizing women, not just in Liberia but across the world? What do you think is the contributing factor that today's society has marginalized most of our Liberian women?
I will say that, men have this kind of ego, and they feel superior in everything they want to do, right? And if he having a female counterparts with them, being educated of their level or above their level is a kind of a challenging. Imagine you being my husband and then sponsor me into school, and you get to know that I'm going to meet a highly advanced friends, and I'm going to like mingle with people that are far above you. You feel intimidated, right? So those things are happening because men feel intimidated. They feel that when we women are at the top, we will like use them, we feel that we will make them feel inferior and all those things. So one of the cause for which men want to marginalize women or they are looking down on women in society at job site is because of fear. They are afraid that when we get up there, we will like measure shoulders or arm with them. And that's one of the reasons for which they do what they can do.
So how can we end this culture of marginalization? What can women do to end this particular culture of marginalization against them? What do you think can be done? What should be done?
So one thing I would like to say to my women or girls out there, we shouldn't feel like intimidated by those things because I know men by themselves they will never want to drag their ego. But what we can do is that whatever types or wherever we find ourselves, we should be able to always go for the highest. In classroom, we shouldn't let men to dominate when it comes to good grading system. Whatever they can do, we can also do the same. All we need to do is to put our foot on the ground. Because if you say you want to compete with your counterpart, it means you have to do the extraordinary. When it is a school, you need to set it high to show yourself approved. If you don't do those things, you will continue to be marginalized. Imagine you going for a job and then probably you are not qualified for this job as a female, and the man sitting there knows that you are not qualified. He will want to use your disqualification to get you to that place. But if you know indeed what you know and you are competent enough, I don't care what he tries to do, you will push your friend forth, and then people will try to step in and see that no, this girl is qualified, she's competent, she has everything it takes to be in that position. Why is she being marginalized? We have to step into this. For wherein women nowadays, we don't want to do things, that's why making the men to really step down on us. For everywhere we find ourselves, we have to think toward. And in standing toward meaning we have to be well prepared for those things we are wanting to do because men will not just give all our space like that until we prove to them that yes, we are ready and yes, we can.
So, like, do you also agree with this push from the end of the legislature? So, those that joining us, you are watching the program Women Let's Talk, and this platform actually gave voices to Liberian women, specifically the potential ones, to talk about those issues affecting them. And today, we are looking at the topic ending the culture of marginalization against Liberian women and girls. So, do you agree that the issue of 30% representation should be given to women at the legislature? Some women are saying that they need 30% seat at the level of the legislature. And today, if you look at the entire Mosorado County from District 1 to 17, we have just a single female, Rosalind Swakoko Dennis, the lone female representative at the House of Representatives. So are you still worried about women not making appearance at the legislature? They are in very low numbers. They are certain part of the society. Women have not been accepted and all of that. Are you concerned about that? About women participation at the level of the Liberian Senate or at the legislature as well?
Yes, I'm concerned about that. And like they are saying 30%, maybe it can be our initials or it can be our start point. But as time goes by, I will want us to really be more than that 30%. Reason being, at the House of Legislature, like you rightly stated, Honorable Swai Coco Dennis is the only female legislator right now in Montserrat County. And then there are issues we want to pose or bring forth on the tables. Men will try to step down on it, because they are not women. And she being alone female general in that house, she alone cannot make a decision. But if she have other females in that area, all of them will push for it. Like months back, they had meeting wherein they were talking about like they fought for breastfeeding, fought for exclusive
Mhm.
breastfeeding. Yes, these are issues. So I was like thinking, why would a group of men sit down to decide what women do with their breasts? But trust me, if we had 30% of females in that area, they were going to put themselves in a position and tell those men, no, there shouldn't be this and that shouldn't be that. We will do the break because some things they refuse, they are not taking into consideration is the health implication, right? You have some mothers that are bringing forth children, and those mothers, some of them might be infected by some, let's just say, transmitted diseases. And you are saying that all mothers should do an exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months. Are you taking into consideration those things? But trust me, if we have good amount of representation in the house,
Okay, you're listening to the program Women Let's Talk, and we're going live on our platform, Bringing Issue. So are you seeing this culture of marginalization against women in Liberia any sooner? Are you seeing that in the near future to see this particular culture ending in Liberia very soon? Is there
like I
hope
said,
that women will not be marginalized? Are you seeing this coming to an end?
it will come to an end, I believe so, because women now, we are not sitting, we are going there and we are going there with dreams. We are not just talking our whole day and we have nothing to say. That's the reason why we are not electing now based on personal gains. We are electing now based on women that will fix the issue, women that will stand for the cause no matter how many times they like and like want to threatening us with their words, send people against us at night, and all those things. So the marginalization against women will come to an end very soon. All we need to do as we is to keep our focus and say to
What
ourselves,
are
we
women
can do it.
doing? What are women doing to end this culture very soon? What are they doing? Some people say women just sit down, complain, they don't want to compute, they don't want to climb the professional ladders and all of that. They want everything on silver platter. What are you doing, women as a whole, thinking that this culture of marginalization will be ending very soon? What are you doing? Are you just folding your hands? Women across Liberia, are you not computing like Ellen Johnson Sirleaf? Are you not computing like Vice President, my friend Joe Howard Taylor? Are you not computing like Lema Bowie? Are you women just sitting and folding your hands and think everything will just come in a silver platter?
Oh no, we are not.
Especially this generation of women.
No, we are not. Not like first, and when it comes to like protest, you see men taking the lead right at first.
Mhm.
When it comes to organization or gathering, you see men speaking. But nowadays, in our present era, you see women taking the forefront. We don't just want to be there to cook for you anymore. Trust me. We got lack of women. When this coming election 2023, there are lack of competent women that will be contesting against you as men. So we are not just sitting there, we are bringing forth things. Women are getting prepared. Women are setting the platform to go with you, to confuse with you in a positive way. And trust me, this time around, you guys are not going to survive it, Lawrence. We got a lot of women are
Ahead
getting
of
prepared for this one.
Liberia is going for a very major election in 2023, a major transition. President Weah will be contesting, and there will be oppositions. And you are aware that 70% of the vote cast in Liberia is done by the UFO community. How
So,
prepared are the women to take this message of non-violence campaign messages out to Liberians? How prepared are you women to make sure that the issue of violence is under control? Men are always taking the lead. How prepared are the women in Liberia to take the lead in this direction to ending the culture of violence during electoral period in our country?
so like I said earlier, the women are prepared. to go out there
mm,
and speak out the issues that violence against women to election should come to an end. Like in July to August, we had this program headed by the Vice President of Liberia, Chief Title Joel Howard, and then that program was held at the Ministerial Complex. She said it was entitled Women Support Women. In that, women were taught how to push the issue without like going against another women. Like I told people, at times when you speak against my issue, it doesn't mean that you hate me, but sometimes you just win it so that I can provide you a good information as to why I should be elected or why my own issue should be taken seriously. So there are a lot of workshops, there are a lot of conferences, there are a lot of gatherings that we are having to make sure that women are prepared come 2023 so that we will not just be used this time around in dumb and will not be used against one another and violence against us should come to an end. We shouldn't just be seen as people that will be troublemaker, people that will say, say, and they have nothing to say. Or rather, there are things we are putting into place. There are a lot of seminars going around teaching young men and young women, excuse me, to prepare themselves for the incoming election come 2023. I'm not hearing, sir.
like I said, those that following us, you can also maybe take advantage of the telephone number that's on the screen. You can post your comments and you can also make your input. And today we're looking at the issues of ending the culture of marginalization against women in Liberia ahead of 2023 elections. So women have been abused, women rights has been violated. They have been struggling to claim the professional ladders. They have been denied. But on the other side,
Mhm.
uh, uh, Representative Senator Edwin Mervyn Snow from Bomi County have another view about marginalization against women. And the
Mhm.
senator said, are you hearing me?
Yeah, please.
And the senator said that women are not marginalized in Liberia and across the world. His justification is one, the vice president of the United States of America is a woman, and he
Mhm.
also pushed on that the head of ECOWAS Radio, Eva Flomo, is a woman. And he also pushed on the deputy director general or the director general of the Liberia Broadcasting System, Sewa Ba, is also a woman. The deputy director general, one there, Titi Jiblu, is also a woman. The lady who
Mhm.
controls this online TV as well, Pastor Ato, is also a woman. And he also moved forward. The deputy speaker of the ECOWAS Parliament, the third deputy speaker, is also a woman. So he believed that the culture of marginalization do not exist. And he also went forward by saying that the vice president of the Republic of Liberia is a woman. And he also said the Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia is also a
Also,
woman. Director Brown,
mhm.
Lasana Brown for National
Mhm.
Election Commission is also a woman. And he was just going on naming and naming and naming, and he's saying that women don't want to claim a professional ladder. So he believed that the issue of marginalization actually do not exist. What do you have to say to that?
Oh, yes, I expected him to have said that because, you
Hmm.
know, at first, he shouldn't say it doesn't exist. Say that, let him say that we are getting rid of the women because we refuse nowadays to just let their will be done. We are computing with them. That marginalization exists in Liberia, it have existed before. But these women that he just listed, it didn't just happen on a stable platform. All of them there have their own stories, have men marginalized them, but they did not just give up. That's the reason for which they are to where they are. So when he coming up to say that it doesn't exist or it has not exist there, then I will have a point there. Because it do exist even right now. Forget about the vice president right now
Is
is
in
a
our
woman.
society, do you agree
And
that women are also being given space in our society as well? Women have been given space in our society. The vice president at the senior level, And Madam Joy Howard Taylor, Vice President, do you agree? ECOWAS Radio in Africa, which is located in Monrovia, Eva Flumo is also a woman as well. So do you agree that women have also been given the space? And somebody said, women, I received a text on my phone that somebody said some of the women are also lazy. They don't want to compete with men. Andrew Greaves from Yona Liberia has said that women should encourage themselves to compete with men. They should go into a competitive bidding process so that maybe they could be best suited for the job as well. So do you think some of your women counterpart are also lazy? They don't want to compete. They just want to maybe poke up the makeup, the eyelashes and go enjoy themselves. They don't want to compete.
Okay, yes, if you say that, I agree with you that there are women that are lazy, that don't want to put forth the issues because they have no issue to just put forth. Some of them want it on a safer platform. But there are other women that are also trying to make headway, like Walking Toto right now. I think you've been following her page. She's contesting. But look at some of the things. And most of the reason why people will not, females will not want to put their hands into a competition with your politically is because of some of the marginalizations we go through. From the day working to work for him up as one of the contestants, there have been lots of insults. Trust me, if Monkey was not prepared for this, if she never had people talking for her, if she never had that self-game or that self-confidence, but now
So
Monkey has
those are following. We have some network challenge as well. So okay, she's coming back.
but now Monkey
And
has
so we're
stopped.
discussing the issue of ending the culture of marginalization against women in Liberia, women and girls. And my guest today is Love TP, and also she giving her take on ending the culture of marginalization. We are looking at the possibilities of ending this culture against women. I've also been one of those on this he for she campaign and believe that women too have a stake in our society. That women are also challenged, that women are also finding some difficult time. Although there are other part of the world actually do not give women a chance. I have a friend from Pakistan and she said in that country women don't have the right 100% to go to school. They have reduced them to be in the kitchen. If you follow
Mhm.
places like or other part of the world, women are not given a chance, a perfect chance to sit at certain senior positions and all of that. Women are being chastised. Society has looked down upon them. They call them weaker vessel. Society has named and shamed them, all of that. So we're just calling other young people across the world to join a campaign to also speak for women as well, to also give them the chance as well. Sometimes other part of the society will also put women at a very hard table. Sometimes they say, ladies before gentlemen. Sometimes if you enter into a hall and when you are seated, you see a lady walk in, you have to give her a chance to sit down and all of that. So as we move forward, we just hope and pray that other young people could take in this message and join the campaign as we push for ending a culture of marginalization. I saw a woman that was beaten badly by her husband, and at the end of the day, they say, oh, that husband and wife issue. And that is a serious domestic violence against her. It was torture and it is wrong. And we hope that other Liberians can also take advantage. So moving forward, let's look at the issue of drug and substance abuse. Most of our Liberian girls have been involved. Most of them are in the ghetto. Some of them they are on the street in Monrovia. And I listened to the former Minister of Gender, Madam Julia Duncan Cassell. She launched a campaign in Monrovia sometime around 2018 to recruit girls from the street, quote unquote, those women who hooking up and finding it as a means of survival. And so it materialized. It's also a concern from your end, running an institution, also looking at women on the street into drugs and prostitution. You care to talk about that?
Yes, women in the street in prostitution, like I would tell you, Lawrence, this is not an easy task. And some reason why in you will see women that will come from in the street going back there is because of the same marginalization and because of environmental factors, right? So you will see a lady that was in the street that was doing prostitution, for instance, and into drugs abuse. And then when you talk to that lady, bring her back home, try to like counsel her, she will agree to be home. But guess what? When you bring her back into her community, and that lady tries to like maybe be hold again, try to go among her friends going for service and things, you will hear men, look at that one here, excuse me for the expression, and that one here, when she started being nice and all of those things,
Non
hearing
pour.
it
Quelle
has
action pour ça là?
something on her mind, a place on her psychologically, and she wants to go back. So when it comes to this, it's not just about carrying a person to the hospital or to a psychiatric rehabilitation center to get them some medication. But are we providing a safe space for them that afterward we find themselves home after they have grown and like getting rid of this issue, they will be able to fit back into society? These are things we are thinking about. Like I got purpose of them to where I live in Kinko there. And then I try to talk with him. And the other lady was old with him, she said, it's better for me to be like this because if I make a turn around right now, they think people were not brave to tell me that's what they are going to be telling me. I said, what do you mean by that? She said, right now, if I just dress right now and follow you to church, the next thing was that we're going to church. Look at what they marry. Already get patience there. And she began to say a whole lot. And when you look into it, it makes a lot of sense. But all we need to do is not to give up on them like Dr. Cassio shouldn't give up there or continue to talk to them. And one day, I believe that our women that are out there will make us better to see through and become all of it. For all it's boils down to this same marginalization because to get a woman in a ship and have her place into a society, in a kind of Liberia society right now, is a kind of a thing that she needs a whole counselor to be talking to her because if it is not done, these very same people in our environment will carry them back into the street by our words.
Do you see Liberia winning this war against marginalization? Do you see Liberia winning this war?
Liberia is
There's
going
a
to win
war.
this
Is
war.
Liberia ready to win this war against marginalization in our society?
Yes, Liberia will win this war against marginalization, but it will take us time. It will take us women of brave hearts. It will take us women that have that kind of serious heart because it's not an easy fight. It's not an easy one. At job site today, certain position cannot be given to women. There are some posts today women are afraid to get into because people will say, "That post, woman can do it with a main post there."
Do, do,
These are
do
things.
you see that as a marginalization as well? Academic marginalization, where women are not allowed to do it, maybe saying, oh, this course, only sociology. Maybe if a young man went to the university and doing sociology, they say, oh, but that course, a woman course.
A
And
woman post
sometimes if
things
a lady clamping on the left post, somebody
level,
say,
yes,
oh, that is a men jobs, and a woman
same
cannot
thing.
also do that job. So
Mhm.
so do we also see that as an academic marginalization against our Liberian women as well?
That's why it is, Lawrence. That's why it is. And I got my late daughter, I can say she's my kid's sister. She said, Mom, I want to go into IT. So while she was like talking with her friends, they were like, "That's that
Mm.
meeting, Samuel. Where you going to meeting for IT?" And she came back to me, she said, "I won't go to environmental science." I said, "Why?" She said, "My friend said that meeting. And I have to set that child down, talk to her almost 2 hours. Lawrence, it was not an easy thing for me. I told. She said, I will think about it and come back. So there are academic marginalizations going on too as well. There are some places, Lawrence, there are some churches now in Liberia. Women are not allowed to preach. Women are not
Mm-hmm.
allowed to preach. Women sit at the back, men preach. Relation marginalization as well. Look at today. Some relation women cannot take in front view. Women sit at the back and men do everything. These are things we are pushing for. We know it's not going to be something that will be done in 2 years, 1 year's time, but with time and with the kind of energy we are putting into it, we know one day, Liberia will be free of marginalization against women.
So as we push to the end of this conversation today is just a pilot edition, and next week
Mhm.
we will have a team of professional young ladies from Cameroon. We'll also have some of them from the United States to join us so we can share our thought on the second volume of Ending the Culture of Marginalization. Liberia is going for a very major elections in 2023. It will be a transition, whether President Weah wins or not, or the opposition take the day. What message do you have for young people? Some of those young people who have been trapped going to Babulu, some of them have been trapped going to Bon County, some of the young people have been trapped going to Nima to go and vote. What message specifically do you have for them? Especially those that have been trapped. What message? 75% of the population that vote today are young people. What message do you have for them?
Lauren, Lawrence, are you there? Lawrence?
So we are back and to conclude our conversation. Are you there, love?
Yes, I'm here, sir.
Okay, so we are concluding where you were giving a message to young people about as Liberia. What message do you have for young people out there? What
So
message
to
do you
my
have for young
fellow,
people as Liberia goes for the election? Come, it's 2023.
okay, so to my fellow youngsters out there, I would love to encourage you. 2023 is coming, and we are going to hear a lot of promises like it was in 2017. But one thing you should remember is that the years may sound in short or long, but it's not as long as you may think. We're begging you. Worrying to be shocked because of some personal gain will not help you. All you need to do is to sit down and ask yourself, since I was shocked in 2017 to vote this individual, what have been the gain? Not for me, for, for the country at large. 2023 is coming again. Are we going to risk our life on yet Nima? And there be accident where people will not survive just for someone that doesn't have the country at heart? We need to rethink. Young people, we are the future leader. And we hold high the percentage of Liberia population. Please, I'm begging us. It's not time to stay at home say when we have nothing to say. It's time to push the agenda of the young people 2023. Look around you. How many international scholarships is around you today? No way. Look around you. Look at how our brothers and sisters have been marginalized. Look at how young people have been used against one another today. Look at the increase of the drugs. Look at what's happening. It's about time that we sit, put our heads together, and tell the people enough is enough. When people fool you one time, they are a fool. When they fool you twice, you are a fool. And I don't think we want to be a fool again. Young people of Liberia, please, let's try and find something to do for ourselves. The reason why the people see us the way they see and they want to use us and we agree to be used is because we don't have nothing to tell them. But if we have our agenda set and say this is what we want as young people of Liberia, I don't think people will come and easily play fool all of us the way they did in 2017. What matters here is the future of Liberia. The decision we make today will affect us and our children after us tomorrow. So I'm kindly appeal to each and every one of us. We shouldn't say anything when we don't have anything to say. It's time to push the agenda of the youth for 2023, not to push our own agenda, not to push our own team. Please, this is my final message to you, young people of Liberia. It's about time that we take our own country at heart and look at what the country will benefit, not as an individual. Thank you very much.
We have some hitches with our internet in Monrovia, but it was wonderful to also give women issues affecting them. We talk about the issue of end the culture of marginalization. Is there hope? Love have said it is hope and Liberia will win the war against marginalization. And we just hope this happen in our generation to see Liberia winning the war against marginalization. So it is our prayer and hope to always continue this edition of the program. Next week, we will bring you back so you can also give your take as it relates to fighters, contributing fighter So it was actually good talking to you, and thank you for joining us, love. Thank you so much.
Excuse me?
It was actually good talking to you, and thank you for joining us. Next week, you will also be our guest again on this platform so we can talk much more about the culture of marginalization against our Liberian women.
Okay, sir. Thanks ever so much. It was a pleasure being with you. And I highly appreciate you and your team for always having us and making our own space as well. Liberian young women, we can make it. We have been making it. The record is there, and we have to do more in order to ensure that we have our own safe space. Bravo to every woman out there that is making headlines. Let's keep pushing. We know they are not going to give us our space freely, but we have to keep pushing, and I know we can. The power lies within us. I salute every great women out there, and I say, God bless you, and God bless Liberia life. I salute you. It was nice having Lauren. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you so
Wait.
thank you so much. So thank you. It was also nice having you. So that's it. So that was love, and love. You can take or leave now. And it was
All right.
actually
Thank you,
good
sir.
talking to you today on this edition of the program, ending the culture of marginalization against Liberian women. This is getting serious, and the women in Liberia today has been marginalized for no reason. They have not been given the space in our society, and we just hope that we can end this culture of marginalization. Are you not seeing out there our women have been abused sexually to get a job? Are you not seeing out there the competition is actually hard for them? They make the test difficult. They sexually harass them. Sex for grace is on the increase. Are you not seeing women have been beaten? Are you not seeing the issue of female genital mutilation across Monrovia? This culture must end. So this platform is dedicated, this particular edition of this program is dedicated to raising the red flag about the issues of marginalization against our Liberian women. We cannot continue this culture. We must end the culture of marginalization. So that's the reason we launched a program in November. The Vice President of Liberia, Chief Dr. Joy Howard Taylor, will be there to inspire young ladies across this country. We will be having a topic ending the culture, or the theme ending the culture of marginalization against women and girls ahead of 2023 election. What is the role of women in our democracy? What role do we expect women to play as we push towards the 2023 election? Election will be challenges. How many women representation to the level of the legislature, to the presidency as well? How many women will you see contesting as senators? How many women will you see contesting in key position in government, and going to the professional ladder? So the vice president of the Republic of Liberia will join us one of these days on this platform so we can talk about ending the culture of marginalization against women. Is it possible to end this culture? This culture been rooted in our society where women have been looked down upon, and women have been struggling. They have been abused over and over. The issue of sex for grades, like I said, is on an increase across schools. Most of the schools are, you can't take them from there. Their hands are in a cookies jar about abusing our sisters, our mothers, and all of that. So it was good being on this platform. We come your way every Wednesday by 12 o'clock and talk about ending this culture of marginalization against our Liberian women. Friends, it was good all of you join us today. Thank you so kindly to Pastor Arthur for also making this platform available to talk about issues affecting Liberian women. Thank you and have a wonderful day.